Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Mimi of Just Doing Me, and today I'm going to be talking about something that's a little bit controversial. Interracial dating. So yeah, it's no secret that I date outside of my race quite a lot. So I'm going to be talking about why I choose to date outside my race, some of the racism or self-hatred comments that I've gotten from, you know, black guys mainly, really, actually, differences if there are any, yeah, and just generally what it's like. So yeah, let's get right into it. If you haven't subscribed, what you doing? What is this? Why? Press the subscribe button, guys. See you on the other side. So firstly, guys, there are three main reasons why I date interracially, and the first one is I grew up in Weybridge in Surrey, and if you know Surrey quite well, you know it's not the most ethnically diverse place in the world. So in the school that I went to, there was only one other a black guy in my whole year, and probably two that weren't my brothers in the whole school. So if I was only going to be dating my race, you know, that would have left my choices pretty limited. And it turns out the guy in my year, you know, just so happens to have grown up and, you know, come out of the closet, he's gay. So yeah, that would have meant my options were pretty much slim to none if I had only dated, you know, black guys. So yeah, just being around lots of white guys, white girls, you know, my whole life, it just happened naturally. If I was gonna date somebody, it was gonna be somebody that I liked, somebody that I got along well with, found attractive, and somebody that was in close proximity to me, and that was what was available. So from a young age, you know, my first crushes, my first flirtations, they were mainly with white guys. Now when I got to about 16 and I went to college, that's like when my circle kind of really expanded, and I kind of met the first group of black guys that I'd ever really known, and my god, did I go chocolate crazy. I was like, I want all the chocolate that I can get. So yes, I have dated black guys as well. I've dated pretty much every race. There's one that I haven't yet, but I'm gonna work my way around to it one day, I hope. But it's not that big a thing. Like, it's not like I'm trying to sample flavors. I just think, you know what, it's nice to experience new things, new cultures, different ways of thinking. And let's be honest, different races think differently about different things, but I'll get into that a bit later on. So yeah, the first reason was just in terms of what was available to me growing up, it was mainly white guys, and I am not the type of person that's going to limit my options and say, oh no, I only date my race, so that gay black guy, me and you, by force, we must find a way to make it work. And no, that wasn't happening. Second reason as well that I date outside of my race, I'm going to be real honest with you, was colorism. So as I said, when I got to 16, I finally met black guys. I moved, I didn't move, but my college was a little bit closer to Reading, and that's where like me and the girls would go out, you know, if we're going out, you know, a bit of underage partying. And when we go to Reading, like, just opened up this whole black culture to me. There were so many black people, if you know Reading, so many black people in Reading. And I was loving it, you know, I was absolutely loving it. But then my eyes kind of opened to the fact that, you know, a lot of black guys, I'm not saying all, just a lot of the ones that I personally came across, you know, preferred light-skinned girls. Now I'm not light-skinned, I'm brown to dark skin. I can look a little bit lighter when the lights are on, but I am a brown to dark skinned girl, and I just found that, like, even guys that I'd be dating and talking to, they would tell me just like I wasn't really their type, they preferred light skin, and they just kept to the point that I was like, hold on a second, wait so what are you doing with me? Are you just like slumming it? Am I the exception? And I got to kind of learn that in a lot of times I was the exception to their light skin rule, and I don't want to be anybody's exception, like, oh, you're not really my type, but I'm gonna make an exception for you. Nah, darling, you know, I'm not they're the fourth on your list. I'm not like, oh, white girls are first, you know, mixed race girls are second, Latina girls are third, light skinned girls are fourth, dark skinned black girls are fifth. Like, no, darling, I do not come anywhere down there in the totem pole. If I'm like right at the top, we can't fuck together, like we can't hang out, we can't do nothing. So for me it was mainly colorism. Just realizing that for a lot of black guys that I was coming into contact with, you know, they preferred girls that didn't look like me, and I was like, okay, that's cool, because I hadn't really experienced that before. Like, colorism is definitely something that is more prevalent in the black culture. A lot of white people don't really know what colorism is. They don't really know that there's sort of like a preference for lighter skin, and you see it in Africa, you see it in Asia, you see it in like the Orient. Like, you literally see it everywhere in the world apart from like the white countries, because they are trying to tan their butts off. But everywhere else in the world, black people are trying to lighten and bleach their skin, you know. And I've not always been comfortable, you know, in my skin, but I've learned to love myself for who I am and recognize that, like, I am dope, I am black girl magic, I am hashtag melanin goals. Like, so yeah, so that's another thing, colorism. When I kind of realized that, I was like, do you know what, fuck this experimentation, fuck this, like, I'm gonna try out dark skin. Nah, done with that. I'm like, okay, look, I've dated lots of white guys, never even become like a topic. I'm gonna go right back to that. I'm gonna go back to other races that aren't gonna put me, you know, at the bottom of the totem pole. And then after that, actually, I went through a bit of a phase of dating a lot of Asian guys from like not like Oriental Asian, but like India, Pakistani Asian, and they absolutely love black girls. Like, my word, like they were like worshipping worshipping, you know. So that's when I kind of really thought, you know what, there's plenty more fish in the sea, and if I'm not gonna get the love, you know, that I deserve from my own race, I'm gonna get it elsewhere. So yeah, that's the second reason that I started dating outside my race. And the third reason is just because I like it. Yeah, I like it. You don't have to like the answer. You can be looking for like daddy issues, somebody break my heart. Nope, I like dating outside my race. I'm a firm believer that opposites attract. So if I'm gonna date a guy who's got a different way of thinking, who likes to try new things, you know, different upbringing from what I was raised as, for me that's like ideal. You know, I don't want to, you know, be with someone who's got the exact same culture as me, who's got the exact same beliefs as me. Like, I want to see what else is out there. I like it, and I am very attracted to guys of different races, mainly Caucasian. I ain't gonna lie, mainly Caucasian. My type is probably Latin, so tan skin, dark hair, beautiful men. If you think Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, yes, now you're talking Mimi, you know. But at the same time, I am very attracted to black guys as well. It's just from experiences and from, you know, probably my perception of what they prefer. I'm not as open to that as I probably once was. So yeah, those are the three main reasons, and I'm now going to get right into why I'm actually filming this video, because some motherfucker thought it was a good idea to come on my channel to start commenting on my videos about self-hate and how I hate myself. Nah, we ain't got time for that. We're gonna put that one to bed. So yeah, let's do that. Okay guys, so this guy called The Black More Magazine, that's his name on YouTube, just put that there. So he commented on my video about Valencia. If you haven't watched it, make sure you go and check it out. And this is what he had to say. He said, what is it about these black girls who obsess with white guys? What is the psychology behind it? I'm no psychologist, but it's pretty clear that it's from some form of self-loathing. Really? Alright. These white guys almost certainly just see them as just a bit of exotica. Okay. It's pretty sad when I see girls doing this. A Yoruba girl dating Mako. Oh my shield. So he's Nigerian and he's got jokes. Like, this guy, I didn't really have too much to say to him, but I just thought, you know what, like, I'm just gonna film a video about this because I've had it a lot, especially from black guys, but I don't have time for it. So yeah, I'm just gonna put this to bed once and for all. First of all, what he says about self-loathing. No, darling, like, black and proud. Love being black. Wouldn't change it for the world. I love black guys. I love my father, I love my brothers, I love my uncles, I love my friends. But at the same time, my brothers will be the first people to tell you that they like dating mixed race girls. My father will be the first person to show you through his history, like he likes light-skinned women. You know, my friends have told me. So like, if it's self-hatred to date outside my race, what is it for black guys to only want to date certain shades of black? I'm not saying all of them do, absolutely not, especially like in Africa. It's not as much as over here, but like it's definitely still a thing. Colorism is still a thing, so it's not like a form of self-loathing. I love being black, I love my black friends, I love my family, but at the same time, you know, girls gotta open her options, you know. So yeah, just put that one to bed, motherfucker. There ain't no self-loathing up in here. Nice try though. Go get your psychology degree first. Okay, now then he goes on to say these white guys only want exotica. Now, I'm not gonna lie and pretend that like that probably isn't a thing. Like, I'm pretty sure I've had messages from guys who are like, oh, I've never dated a black girl, and most of the time I'm like, yeah, you keep saying comments like that, you probably never will. No, I ain't got time for that. Like, if you're trying to like experience something new or try a different like flavor, I don't know, like I personally don't have time for that. I don't think there's anything particularly wrong with wanting to try something new and open up your horizon, but I'm not really interested in being a fetish or, you know, an experiment to somebody. So yeah, that might be a thing, but I'll be quite honest with you, that's maybe 10-15% of the attention I get from white guys is, oh, I've not dated a black girl before. You know, some of them haven't dated a black girl before, but they've always been open to it, they've always wanted to. Or some of them have dated black girls before and have loved it, liked it, nothing to do with exotica. And even if a guy thinks I'm exotic, like, what the hell is wrong with that? Like, yeah, you know. Nothing wrong with that. If a guy loves brown skin, that's great. I love tan skin, absolutely nothing wrong with that. But you know, for black guys just saying, oh, he just wants to hit it and quit it, they'll never wife you up, blah blah blah, excuse me, Patricia Bright, excuse me, like Adana and David, like, go check YouTube, it's everywhere. Like, don't come for me unless I send for you, darling. Like, okay. Now, what else did he say? He said it's pretty sad when he sees black girls doing this. Is it sad when you see black guys doing it? I'm not sure, because I probably reckon there is a lot more black guys dating outside their race than there is black girls. And I don't think it's because like we can't date outside our race, but I think a lot of black women feel like they've got like this loyalty to black men, they've got to stand by the black man, and a lot of black women aren't as open to it, you know, as black guys are. So they do it a lot more. I feel like black guys do it. I don't want it to become like a versus black guys do it, so why can't we? No, I do it because I want to do it. But don't stand there as a black man criticizing me unless you are criticizing all the other black men that do it for whatever reason they do it, whether they need visa, whether they love the girl, whatever the hell it is they do it. Don't come on my page and criticize me for something that I'm seeing every day. Like, interracial dating is like nothing new. Like, people are doing it everywhere. Like, if that's a problem for you, like, bye. Ain't nobody got time for that. Nobody wants to hear it. Bye. Okay, so yeah, address that right there. There is no self-loathing. And to be quite honest, in terms of like racism, I have not really experienced it, and I think a large part of that might be because I live in the UK and when I live in Surrey, and like, it's just not that big a thing over here as I think it seems to be in America. Like, they seem to have a lot of racism. It's just not that much of a thing over here, especially in Europe. Like, if I go to like Italy now, like, the way these men are just screaming. If I go to like Spain, if I go to Portugal, it's literally like you're a rarity, like a diamond. Like, they don't see girls that look like you very often, so they literally just want to worship at your feet. Like, am I not a queen? Should I not be worshipped? Like, what is wrong with that? So yeah, okay, so last not least, what it's like dating outside of my race. I'll be perfectly honest with you, I think men are men, and I don't think there's like a big difference in terms of dating white guys and black guys. I say white guys can cheat on you, black guys can cheat on you, white guys can do you wrong, black guys can do you wrong. Like, in terms of cultures, yes, there is a difference there and you can't deny it. Like, I do find that white guys are a lot more open about different things. So you'll see it like with white guys, especially at university, they're going out, they're not afraid to get dressed up, fancy dress, dressing as women. They do it a lot. I personally don't say I understand it. Why you're dressing as a woman, I don't understand. But like, they're very open, very like comfortable in like who they are, and you know, they do a lot more adventurous things, like, so they're quite happy to go like shark diving and jumping out of planes. Again, I'm not saying I understand it. I will not go and sit inside a cage with a shark under the ocean. It's not something I'm going to do, but like, they like to do these adventurous things, which like on a certain level I can relate to, and I quite admire. Like, I feel like they probably a lot more likely to pull me out of my comfort zone than a black guy is. I'm not saying not black guys that like to do these things, but just from our culture and the way we're raised, it's just not something that comes that naturally to us. I can't remember the last time I saw a black guy walking down the street in a skirt and heels. Unless he's a tranny or, you know, like he's a queen. I don't see it very often. So yeah, there are little differences there. Also, you find that white guys are a lot more open in terms of what they date. So, you know, a black guy might say, oh, I only like to date this, I like to date that. Most white guys will date anything as long as they find it attractive, and I think that's pretty cool. You know, I don't really like a guy who says they only date this, they only date that, because I don't. You know, I date everything. Like, you can be black, you can be white, you can be mixed, you can be whatever the hell you want to be. Like, if I find you attractive, like, we can talk, we can hang. So like, that's something as well that I quite like about white guys. And as I said before, I am extremely attracted to like the Latin look. So in terms of, let's see what else you guys might want to know. In terms of like going out and being looked after, I'd probably say black guys more African, maybe not really these black guys that you get in London, more likely to look after you and take care of you. They've still got that kind of like traditional culture, like my girl doesn't pay, you know, I'm the man, I look after her. White guys, not so much. Like, if you're dating like a really wealthy guy, I'm sure, you know, he'll look after you because he probably earns a lot more money than you do. But naturally, other than that, they don't really have that culture that like they pay. I think in Russia they do, because those Russian girls, they do not pay for anything. Them girls ain't playing. If you ain't got money, you can't date them. So yeah, I think in Russia they do that, but everywhere else, like, you bring your money. Like, if you're dating a white guy, you bring your money. If you ain't got money, go home. I went on a date with this guy the other day, and he was like, right, should we go halves? I said, no darling, I'll pay, I got this. Like, you can't come bring me here to embarrass me. You want to go halves? No. So like, yeah, there's different things for different races, and yeah. But there's also this misconception I find, you know, with black women, that you think, oh, but white guy's not attracted to me, or I've got to look like this for a white guy. No, absolutely not. You can have your natural afro, you can be rocking the dashiki, shout out to Aisha. You know, and you know, other races will still love and appreciate you for being the beautiful black woman that you are. You don't have to change anything about yourself. If you find that, you know, white guys aren't approaching you as much as you would like them to, and you're not comfortable approaching them, there are little things you can do. So like, when I go out with my all black friends, I won't even lie to you, like, white guys aren't as confident to walk up to a group of black women and be like, hey, what's up? No. But if I'm out with a group of my white friends, like, I got to beat them away with a stick. You know, it's like automatically they know that you're not racist, you're a bit more open, you know, and they think that like their being white's not going to be a factor, which is great. It makes them feel a little bit more comfortable and a little bit more confident as well. So that's my kind of one tip or two tips. If you're thinking or interested in dating outside of your race, you don't have to change anything about yourself. Keep doing you, keep being black girl magic. And if you can go out with like a more diverse group of women, you know, perfect to do it. Widen your circle, make friends that can introduce you to their friends. You know, the world is a lot bigger than I'm black, he's white, he's black, I'm black, you're white, you're white. Nah, that's like a thing of a past. Like, soon we'll all just be like brown, because we're just gonna, nobody's gonna be like pure black or pure white anymore. So yeah, I really wanted to do this video to talk about some of the reasons why I date outside of my race, some of the comments that I've had, as well as a little bit of like, I wouldn't say advice, but a little bit of, you know, encouragement if it's something that you want to do. But yeah, I love black guys, I love white guys, I love Asian guys, I love guys. If you treat me well, I will love you. That's all there is to it. So like, I hope like racism and like these nasty ass comments about interracial dating are a thing of the past. Embrace it, love yourself, and if you haven't already subscribe. I appreciate all the love I get, and yeah, I'll see you guys on the other side. Looking good.
I remember then when we done it also for the street, knowing one day you go pay, and I was start having the belief, me I get paid you. No retreat, no surrender. One of the rules of the game. No retreat, no surrender. My brother, keeping your head up high.